Robert F. Harrington Field on the campus of Western Washington University for today's non-conference match featuring your Western Washington Vikings and the Regis University Rangers. Prior to the start of today's 90-minute match, we will introduce the starting 11 for both teams. First, for the visiting Rangers of Regis University out of Denver, Colorado. This starting lineup is announced by head coach Taylor Dean with assistant coaches Tom Poole and Stephen Cahill. First, for the Rangers, number 5, the captain, Kyle Bergmere. The goalkeeper, number 1, Christian Satin. The number 4, Carter Boucher. Number 8, Michael Jimenez. Number 11, Rayhan Carlson Dutois. Number 16, Ben Shepard. Number 17, Ethan Burns. Number 18, Mateo Colombo. Number 23, Liam Kaur. Number 28, Jacobo Betancourt Tovar. And number 29, Diego Buraman. And your Regis Rangers. And now for the host Vikings of Western Washington, as announced by head coach Greg Brisbane. His assistant coaches are Chuck Pitts, Matt Zagoulias, and Kyle Langowski. Here's your Vikings starting 11, starting with our captain, the goalkeeper, a senior from Federal Way. It's number 0, Brandon Locke. In the midfield, a junior from Bothell, number 2, Lucas Hakamada. In the midfield, a sophomore out of Auburn, number 5, Ryan Roeder. At forward, a sophomore from Sweden, number 7, Alvin Janssen. At forward, a junior out of Auburn, number 10, Andrew Roeder. At defender, a senior co-captain out of Shoreline, number 12, Theo Steinmetz. In the midfield, a senior from Shiga, Japan, number 14, Kyoto Hiyate. At center back, a senior co-captain out of Buckley, number 17, Mitchell Hutter. A defender, a redshirt freshman out of Bergamo, Italy, number 18, Sebastiano Silvetti. A defender, a redshirt freshman out of Seattle, number 19, Krubel Tesfaye. And in the midfield, a senior out of Olympia, number 23, Elliot Raines. Fans, let's hear it for your starting Vikings. We would now like to begin by acknowledging that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples, who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and the Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. And now, fans, would you please rise if able and turn your attention to the flag to the right of the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome back to Harrington Field. I'm Adam Race with you on Viking TV as the Western Washington Vikings square off against the Regis University Rangers for the second game of the week here at home for the Vikings. They picked up a convincing 3-0 win over the Colorado School of Mines on Thursday. A great all-around team performance and a great way to start off the home slate. And now the Vikings taking on another opponent from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference here in the Regis Rangers, looking to continue this momentum, their last game of the non-conference part of their schedule before they go and play against St. Martin's at home in a couple weeks to open up GNAC play. The Vikings 2-2-1 on the season. That is 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Started the season with a tough 4-game stretch in California where they were 1-2-1, but started off strong at home on Thursday against Colorado School of Mines. Goals from Albin Janssen, Andrew Roeder, and an outstanding free kick golazo from Klaus Serrano. His first goal here at Harrington, his first goal as a Viking in regular season play. Couldn't have been any better. Head coach Greg Brisbane said of that performance on Thursday, he was really impressed with how the team managed the game, played with the lead against a quality side like Mines. The goals were fantastic, but the entire team effort stands out in a big way, and a big win to open the home schedule. We'll see if we can build off this with the intensity and focus against Regis. The Rangers coming to this game, identical record, 2-2-1. A team that was 5-3-2 in conference play in the RMAC last year, picked 5th in the RMAC preseason poll this year. They were eliminated in the conference tournament quarterfinals by Colorado Springs at the end of last season. They're coming off a 2-1 road victory on Thursday. They went to Seattle, played against Seattle Pacific University, down 1-0 at halftime, able to pick up 2 second-half goals, pick up a win on the road. They as well opened the season with a tough 4-game stretch against some California schools, played 3 different ranked opponents in Cal State LA, San Bernardino, and Pomona, and were able to get a draw against number 9 nationally ranked San Bernardino. This is a team that has been involved in a number of goal fests. They're definitely a team that can put goals on the board, but they've sustained quite a lot of pressure, quite a lot of shots against them this season, averaging 19.2 shots against as Albin Janssen kicks things off here. Western Washington in the light blue going from left to right on your screen. Regis in the yellow going right to left in this first half. Just one change to the starting 11 for Greg Brisbane today, as re-entering the starting 11 is senior Elliot Rains, coming in where Caden Wall slotted in on Thursday. Rains, the senior out of Olympia, brings a lot of experience to this side. Good to see him back on the field here at Harrington for the first time in regular season play this year. Calling for the ball and getting it is the Rangers netminder for the night, Chris Satin. Regis with their 2 starting goalkeepers graduating at the end of last season. They've got a full goalkeeper room, 5 different netminders competing for spots. Satin, one of the 2 that has been getting the majority of the minutes. Him and Greg Squire have been sharing the starting role so far. Satin is going to have to watch for that intense press the Vikings brought in that game against Mines on Thursday. Mines were not able to break out of that press effectively enough, conceding those 3 goals. Ball played ahead here. Andrew Roeder trying to run onto it, but tracking it down instead is Kyle Bergmeyer. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Regis, an interesting side. Some very notable players, such as striker Rayhan Carlson Dutois, last year's RMAC Player of the Season, big striker out of New Zealand, put up an excellent year last season, en route to an RMAC Player of the Year award. Started 15 games, appeared in 19, led the team in goals. He had 13, go along with 4 assists. That is 30 points overall. Easily the team high. He's a big presence in the box. Any lofted cross in, he's got a good chance of getting on the end on, putting a header on goal. Definitely something to watch out for, but this center back duo for the Vikings was very effective on Thursday. Keep an eye on freshman Sebastiano Silvetti, the redshirt freshman. Had an outstanding match on Thursday. Really just flawless in defense. And of course, Captain Mitchell Hutter, slotting into the back line as he has for years now. Always a strong, solid presence. Vikings were definitely able to control the game aerially on Thursday, and it was a big part of them picking up the win. Ball's played ahead. Janssen fighting for it. He's calling for a corner, but he will be granted it. The dismay of the Regis defender. 50-50 ball. Ended up going off of Carter Boucher. First corner of the match goes to the Vikings. Lucas Hakamada over to take it. Ball sent in on the turf. Top of the box. Roeder has a shot and it's blocked. Ryan Roeder, the younger of the Roeder brothers, the one on the end of it. Now Regis trying to break the other way, but it's cut out very well by the experience of Elliot Raines. His first tackle of the match. Couldn't do it any better. Ball played back to goalkeeper for tonight for Western in the neon yellows, Brandon Locke. Locke pitched the first shutout of the season for the Vikings on Thursday. The team that set a program high in shutouts last year as they're trying to break ahead here. Hiate slots it forward to Janssen. Also running onto it was Steinmetz, but diving ahead to control it. It's Christian Satin. Locke with a couple of saves on Thursday, but a lot of that shutout is chalked up to just the excellent containment the Vikings were able to do. Really no good chances in the match outside of a couple early on for Mines. Mines may have controlled more possession in the match, especially in the first half, but as far as clear-cut chances went, it was definitely skewed the Vikings' way, and they made the Orediggers pay. Raines applying the press. Coach Greg Brisbane certainly expects a high level of work rate from his forward players in the press. As it pays off there with Hakamada cutting it out near midfield. Plays it back. Corbell Tesfaye, the redshirt freshman. Started on Thursday, starting today as well. Silvetti back to Hutter. Long ball ahead. Looking for Andrew Roeder. Too strong, though, all the way to the goalkeeper. First 5 minutes, Vikings perhaps a little bit of advantage as far as possession goes, but no clear-cut opportunities. The set piece leading to the Ryan Roeder outside of the box shot. The only shot so far is there's a nice little spin on the near side by Boucher to create some room. Gives it off to Dotois. Now back to Tesfaye. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Rangers boasting a couple of award winners. Hiate cuts this one out. Vikings have numbers, 3-on-2. Gets it to Janssen on the right side. Roeder trailing in. Janssen takes it himself. Shoot. That one is blocked on a slide. Well done tracking back there to cut out the Janssen shot. When he gets in between the lines and gets a through ball, that's when he's most dangerous. Leads the Vikings in scoring this year. Already has 3 goals. And in his young WWU career, he's got 12 goals in just 23 career games. Right now, he's on pace for an 11-goal season, scoring close to a goal every 90 minutes. Alvin Janssen, last year's GNAC Freshman of the Year. Always a dangerous striker option, someone you got to keep an eye on. Give him an inch of space and he'll make you pay. Raines coming over and applying the press. Ball went off his hand, though. Regis takes the free kick quickly. That's Ben Shepard on the ball. And I'll take the throw in. It goes to Shepard. Shepard, a very interesting story. Somebody who has played for, I'll just say, a number of teams. He's played for a total of now 4 collegiate programs. Started off redshirting at the University of New Mexico. Transferred to Regis for his full year playing back in 2019. He was a regional selection, all-region selection in 2019 before transferring to D1 UMass. Played a couple of successful years there. He was then a graduate student, went to the University of Fordham, and now in his second year as a graduate student, his 6th year as part of any collegiate program, he comes back to Regis. Is already producing for them. He leads them in points, got 2 goals and assists on the season so far. So you talk about experience, look no further than Ben Shepard, playing out of the midfield today. Shepard picked up a brace in the Rangers' first win of the season, a 4-2 win against Azusa Pacific. Moving ahead with it here is Shepard, lifts it ahead. Headed away by Steinmetz. Hakamada controls it, trying to break through to the midfield. Yate and Janssen both pressing. Andrew Roeder back to Steinmetz. Now back with Mines. Regis having a tough time sustaining possession in the attacking half. They've broken out a few times, but this press from the Vikings making it hard to keep that up. They do have some space here, though. Pressing forward. Pass is just misplayed. They were looking for Carlson Dutois. Just passed his right foot. Dutois already with a couple goals on the season. 7 goals scored so far by the Rangers, coming from just 4 players. Dutois, Jimenez, and Shepard, 3 players with 2 goals on the season. Last year's RMAC Freshman of the Year, Mateo Colombo, the other goal. Long ball looking for Carlson Dutois, headed out by Hutter, and away by Silvetti. Sending that long ball ahead, though, to the very large presence of Carlson Dutois. Certainly looks to be in the game plan for Regis. When you've got a tool such as Carlson Dutois, might as well use it. Carlson Dutois, a transfer from Division I East Tennessee State. Has had great success. Player out of Auckland, New Zealand. Shepard moves ahead. Back to him now. Near side. Cut out by Elliott Rains. Vikings looking to build from the back. Ahead to Janssen. He's got space on that wing. He's working against Boucher. Some step over moves. Cuts it towards the inside. Hakamada. Steinmetz calling for it. He gets it. Can't get around his man, though. Betancourt Tovar clears that one long, only as far as Hakamada. Both shots so far coming for the Vikings, both of them blocked before they got to the goalkeeper, Satin. No saves required of him thus far. Regis yet to get on the board with a shot. The Vikings doing a good job of controlling play once again. Core ahead to Shepard. Now back to Mateo Colombo. Burns over to Jimenez. Looking to switch the play over to Shepard. Doesn't get there, though. And just booted long there by Ryan Roeder. Vikings are coming off a very promising season, which they went 12-4-3, 8-4 in GNAC play, falling just short. GNAC regular season crown and a chance to play in the postseason. bit of a tough start to the year at 1-2-1, but that was some really quality opponents they faced down in California. Andrew Roeder's in some space here. He's going to shoot with his left foot. Just misses wide to the right post. He'll want that one back. Roeder was looking to put another one on the board. Would have been his third of the season. He scored on Thursday with that left foot. This time just can't direct it inside the post. That's the most clear-cut opportunity we've seen tonight for either side. Cut out by Tesfaye. Tries to spring it the other way. Pass is misguided, though. Bierman with it, now lays it back. Ball to Bierman, plays it back. Well done to get around him. Looking towards the middle, cut out by Locke in the nick of time. Throw ahead to Steinmetz, now to Janssen. Ball takes a hop up on him, and he loses possession. Colombo working against two Vikings. Janssen gets it off him. Fancy footwork, get to his left foot and shoot and score! Picture perfect from Albin Janssen. He gets just enough space to unleash a shot. Perfectly placed, bottom right corner. 1-0 Vikings, just like that. Albin Janssen, stay hot. Fourth goal of the season. It was Albin Janssen who opened the scoring here on Thursday, and he does it once again here. And that high press immediately paying dividends. Regis was not able to cleanly control it in their own half. Janssen picked player's pocket. Use of footwork to get some space. Made no mistake with the left foot. Janssen used to being the kind of player who can finish at close range, but that time just a bit outside the box. Gets it done, though. Really no chance for the goalkeeper, Satin. Regis looking to respond, send it ahead, looking for Colombo. Pressured by Hutter. Colombo wins the throw-in. Regis yet to put a shot on the board. The Vikings coming off such a great performance on Thursday, surely feeling confident, especially considering Colorado School of Mines ranked second in the RMAC preseason poll. Regis ranked fifth in the same conference. Ball is cut out by Janssen. Akamada sprinting ahead. Sliding tackle. Still controlled, though, by the Vikings. Raines can't direct that one inbounds. And the Rangers take possession back. Nifty little pass there. Sends it ahead. Carson Dutois with his back to goal. Over the top. Locke sprinting out. Can't quite get there in time, and he's going to be called for offside. It was a dangerous lofted ball over the box. Not just dangerous in the way that it was a scoring opportunity, but also possible collision between Jimenez and Locke, who were both trying to get to it, but neither of them worse for wear. And Vikings will retain possession with a free kick on the offside call. Jimenez, another graduate student, Denver native. A couple of goals for him so far on the season. Tried to play it through there to Colombo. Pass was blocked, though, by Hutter. Back with Bergmeyer. Sliding tackle near midfield. Fighting for it was Ryan Roeder. Couldn't get it, though. Deflects off Tesfaye. Stays with the Rangers. All the way ahead to Brandon Locke. You've seen early on in this season, Locke, even when he's not making saves, he's still doing an excellent job of controlling floated balls into the box. And that'll be especially important today against the aerial presence of Rayhan Carlson Dutois. Locke also an excellent distributor, had an assist last year. Absolutely hucked a ball down the left side to Janssen, who took it himself half the field and slotted it away. One of the highlights of last season. Locke last season backing up GNAC Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Reston, who graduated at the end of the season. Sakamata tries to spring onto this open ball. Can't maintain possession. Just under 20 minutes gone. You gotta say, Vikings have been in control. Of course, putting the goal on the board, but also 4 shots to none in favor of the hosts. Another beautiful night for soccer here at Harrington Field. Sun setting over the hills. Picturesque scene here on the south campus of Western Washington University. Excellent slide tackle there by Jimenez to maintain possession. Shepard, far side now. Looking for Carlson Dutois once again into the arms of Locke. As of yet, no saves, but he has been busy. Vikings have been averaging 12 shots against them per game this season. But excellent containment so far here tonight. Ball ahead to Janssen on the right side. Gets it around Boucher. Space to cross it. Does get it in. Hiate was looking for it at the end, but cleared out at the last minute by Ethan Burns. Burns, a junior out of Australia, transferred from the University of Newcastle. The last line of defense would have been a pretty easy tap-in probably for Kyoto Hiate if it had gotten to him. But instead, just a corner for the Vikings. Hakamata over to take the outswinging corner. This time he goes aerial. Headed near net by Hutter, but wide left. Hutter a bit disappointed he wasn't able to do more with the header there. Moving ahead now with Burriman. Trying to work around Hiate, lays it back. Now with Burns. Burns works it down the left side to Colombo. Colombo working against Rains. Regis will reset again. Moving ahead is Boucher. Tries to get to Carlson Dutois. Takes a hop off his foot, though. Regis still looking to get a foothold in this match. Shepard. Look towards the middle. Jimenez gets it back. Colombo looking for space to cross. Interplay between Shepard and Colombo. Rains defending. Shepard's got space to cross here. Cross is deflected in the end by Hakamata sliding in. More excellent defending by the Vikings. Excuse me, they're going to say that did not take a deflection off Hakamada, as it is a Vikings throw. Cross was just misplayed. This is a very international Regis squad. 4 players in the starting 11, hailing internationally from Italy, New Zealand, Australia, and Northern Ireland. A couple other players from England, Iceland. Ryan Roeder working around a group of defenders, somehow keeps possession of it. Pass deflects off of Betancourt Tovar, though. Hakamada looks to break ahead towards the near sideline, out for a Viking throw. Bergmeyer, the Regis captain, trying to get the troops organized. There'll be another Vikings throw on that near side. Vikings co-captain Mitchell Hutter ready to take the throw here. Tries to get it ahead to streaking Kyota Hiate. Doesn't quite get there. Steinmetz up with the header. Hakamada had runners on either side, decided to lay it back though. Between these two teams, this is the 6th time that they've matched up, 3rd consecutive season. Into the middle now, Janssen, another opportunity. This time it's dispossession in the box at the last second. That was Betancourt Tovar there in time to deny Janssen an opportunity to get a first half brace. Janssen with a brace earlier this season against Concordia University Irvine and the Vikings 3-1 victory on the road there in California. Long throw from Tesfaye all the way into the box. Sent over towards the goal by Silvetti, but easily collected by the goalkeeper Satin. Grubel Tesfaye, the redshirt freshman, showing off the arm strength, giving the Vikings another set-piece opportunity in the long throw. Dispossession near the midfield by Rains. Last season, these two teams met. It was a 3-2 thriller win for the Vikings. Ball ahead to Hiate. Now to Janssen on the right side. He's got Roeder in the middle. Squares it across. Doesn't get there. Hiate off the head and over the goal. Vikings applying the pressure right now to the Rangers, searching for their second, and they'll have their first substitutions of the night.
Diego Alvarado.
Elliot Rains and Albin Janssen give way to Colin Anderson. Diego Alvarado. Anderson, another redshirt freshman out of Henderson, Nevada. Alvarado, junior, out of Sunnyside, Washington. Alvarado will slot in at striker. Anderson in that right fullback position. Regis looking to break here. They got 4 players running ahead. Shepard lays it off, far side. And Locke collects once again. No cross has eluded the hands of Brandon Locke. If that one had gone through, it would have been a tap-in for Betancourt Tovar. Offside is called there against Jimenez. Vikings will take the free kick. That last meeting, that 3-2 win, Vikings were down 2-0 at the half. It was Albin Janssen and Andrew Roeder who scored a couple of late goals to push the Vikings to victory. That was the 5th game of their 10-game unbeaten streak to start last season, where they had 7 wins and 3 draws, the best unbeaten start in program history. And Janssen already coming back to haunt them tonight. Last time these two teams squared off here at Harrington Field was back in 2021. Regis won that game 2-1. At the time, they were ranked number 22 in the nation. Regis certainly a team with some momentum as they went on a late season run last year to get a spot in the RMAC tournament before being eliminated by the University of Colorado Springs. Their program believes their season was cut shorter than it deserved to be, as they were a red-hot team coming into that tournament. Lifted into the middle, too far though. Regis head coach Taylor Diem in his 3rd season said this year isn't just about pushing for a conference title, but also to make a run in the NCAA tournament. We're going to see subs for both sides here. Caden Wall, starter on Thursday, re-enters the match. And also coming back in is Quao Serrano, who scored a goal that deserved to be in the Sports Center top 10. Perfectly placed free kick. That is what made the game 2-0 on Thursday. Already an easy candidate for goal of the season and just the first home match of the year. Alvarado controls it. Anderson on the wing in the corner, looking for space. Works it towards the end line. Around his defender very well there. Back to Alvarado in the box. Step over. Left foot shot is blocked. And the second shot is wide right from Theo Steinmetz. More good play from the Vikings. Getting into that attacking third, causing problems for the Rangers. Also making a change were the Rangers as they brought on Vili Caudal. Caudal, the graduate student forward out of Reykjavik, Iceland. Transfer from the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. Another one of the international players on this Rangers squad. Caudal was a 2022 All-RMAC honorable mention, as well as being on the honor roll and an All-South Central Region second team selection in 2021, while being on the conference first team. Shepard controls it here, lays it ahead. The shot is over the bar. Good opportunity there. Goes a begging. Jacob Sundberg coming into the match, and Eric Bunnell as well. Experienced forward presence in Bunnell. Places Roeder, and Steinmetz comes off. Bunnell is the player who drew the free kick that Serrano would place into the net on Thursday. Bunnell had a brace in preseason here at Harrington against the University of Puget Sound in a 3-0 victory. Big physical presence in the box. Thrown ahead. Taken away by Hakamada. That's clean. Anderson controls it. Head to Bunnell. Funnel streaking down the right side, Alvarado with him. Step overs, two defenders in front of him. Back to Anderson. Looking for room of his own. He can't get around Burns. But he does draw the corner. Burns not happy about that call, but it will be another corner on the near side for the Vikings. This time going over to take it will be Quao. Edgar Quao Serrano setting up for the outswinger here. Lower ball, but it is cut out by the first man, Agatu. Minutes and change remaining in this first half. It has been all Vikings, 7 shots to just 1. And the go-ahead goal from Janssen. That one shot coming quite recently, lifted over the top crossbar from just outside the box. Thrown ahead, looking for Caldal. It finds him, but Hutter takes it away from him. Silvetti clears. Dangerous ball there. Funnel trying to win it. Finally, the whistle goes from head referee Chris Turner. You got to say, he is letting them play out there tonight. Has not been quick to blow the whistle, but Funnel went to ground there and earned the free kick. Vikings going to take this one back into their own half. Wall lays it back to Silvetti, who gets it to Tesfaye on the far side. Akamada looking to carry it himself into the attacking third. Now gives it over to Alvarado. Vikings patient in the build-up here. Anderson lays it ahead to Hutter, coming up into an attacking position, sending a low cross in. It gets to Bunnell, who just gets under that one, sends it over everything.
Entering the game for the visiting Rangers, number 26.
Substitution for the visitors, Alex Guerrero is going to come into the match, get his first minutes tonight. Freshman midfielder out of Broomfield, Colorado. This is quite a tall Regis team. Guerrero, 6'1", provides more aerial strength. Of course, that aerial presence only useful when you can break lines, get crosses into the box. This Vikings defense so far has been locked down, not giving the visitors anything to work with. Under 10 minutes remaining here in the first period of play. Funnel can't control it. Looks like Regis are getting ready to make another sub here on the near side. Satin looking for options. Plays it down the right side. Menez off to Burns. Burns carries it back into his own defensive half. To Captain Bergmeyer. Play's going to be called back here. Give time for substitutions for both sides.
For the visitors, number 19, Max Charles. And entering for your Vikings, number 21, Joar Tidblom.
Joar Tidblom comes on to replace co-captain Mitchell Hutter. Excuse me, looks like they might wait on these substitutions. And Hutter trots back onto the field. They'll do it again at the next stoppage. court, Tovar tries to lay it ahead. Good opportunity here. Sliding shot is blocked away by Locke. He was offside in the end. That was Viamir Kaldal. Billy Kaldal a little slow to get up. Collided just a little bit with Brandon Locke as they were both going for that open ball. Once again, Locke is quickest to react. Wouldn't have mattered with the offside flag up, but well done again by the Western netminder. Kaldal, an interesting story out of Iceland. Played a couple of seasons over the University of Wisconsin in Green Bay. And represented the Iceland national team in the U17 European qualification games. Spent 2 seasons in Green Bay. Had 18 appearances, scored 3 times, and had an assist as well. Kaldal, the front striker right now for Regis. Comes back to midfield to get this one, though. See immediately as Regis controls the ball in their own half. 3-4 Vikings immediately swarm the ball, and the Rangers having a tough time breaking out of that press. Even getting to midfield comfortably has been a tough task. Substitutions will now occur. Jor Tidblom now does enter the match for Hutter, and coming in for the Rangers is Max Charles, freshman midfielder out of Jupiter, Florida. Jor Tidblom, one of the 2 Swedes on this Vikings roster, along with Albin Janssen. Got a good number of minutes last year. Early on this year, he is coming off the bench, but a very good option off the bench. Great aerial presence. He's known to score a few goals as well off of set pieces. And we're going to have a free kick here in a tough spot. Lucas Hakamada, the offending party. And this is a bit long, but still in direct free kick distance. Brandon Locke will certainly have to be wary of a shot on goal from Kaldal, as he is the only player standing over the ball right now. Kaldal and Colombo discussing how they're going to take this opportunity. It's a 4-man wall for the Vikings. It will be Kaldal off the wall. Looks like he was going direct, but it was too low. Regis retains possession, though. Lifts the ball into the box. Locke collects. That'll be the second shot of the match for the Rangers. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Still not a save needed out of Brandon Locke. A little dangerous pass by Hakamada. Does get through to Silvetti. Tidblom back to Silvetti. Boots it ahead. Won't quite get to its target on the far left wing. And Satin resets play. Satin taking his time to organize the troops, get him ahead. Now rolls it out. Boots it long. Tesfaye heads it back towards midfield. Tidblom looking for options. Can't find a blue shirt, though. Bunnell applying the pressure. He's going to be called for a foul on that. bit of space on the right side for the Rangers to work across midfield. Now with Jimenez, tries to get it ahead, past everyone. See perhaps a little bit of frustration setting in for the Rangers. They just have not been able to get anything going on the offensive end. That pass into the danger zone just hasn't been able to connect. Alvarado, back to goal. Played ahead. Steinmetz working around a few, takes a shot with his right over the crossbar. Excuse me, that was Bunnell, I believe. Vikings had 11 shots all game on Thursday, already with 9 in this first half. Showing a lot of the promise that we held going into this season in this opening homestand. Vikings ranked atop the GNAC rankings alongside Northwest Nazarene, who were actually ranked top 10 in the nation, the national preseason poll. Vikings not nationally ranked going into this season, but definitely garnering the respect of the GNAC head coaches. This is a strong side that really turned a lot of heads last year and had some key additions this season. Of course, the developing talent of players like Albin Janssen. Transfer players from Division I, such as Guao Serrano. A player we haven't yet seen take the field is Lloyd Nsambu, coming over from the FC Metz Academy in France. Player out of Toronto. Hopefully we are able to see him at some point this season. One of the premier off-season signings for this program. Just over 30 seconds remaining. Regis trying to get one last opportunity in the half. It won't be here, though, as Hakamada clears it out to Anderson. Anderson battling with it. Colombo comes out ahead. Jimenez into the middle. Colombo tries to lay it into the middle. It's cleared away by Tidblom. 15 seconds left. See if Vikings have one more break left in them. Bunnell carries it across midfield. He's got Alvarado ahead. Bunnell takes it himself, though. Sliding tackle, no whistle. And that will do it for the first half. Very convincing stuff from the hosts, Western Washington Vikings. A goal from Albin Janssen with 30 minutes on the clock gives them the 1-0 lead going into the break. Shots leading 9-2, and they've got 45 more minutes to try to close out what would be a perfect first 2 games here at Harrington Field. We'll be back in just around 15 minutes. Don't go away.
Get up
Welcome back to Harrington Field here. 1 minute till we kick off the second half of play between Western Washington and Regis. It was a very good first half for the Vikings as they picked up the opener, and currently the only goal in the match through Albin Janssen. A beautiful left-footed strike from just outside the box into the bottom right corner is the lone goal in this match. They put up 9 shots in that first half to the Rangers 2. Neither goalkeeper has yet to make a save. We've seen great control of his area from Western goalkeeper Brandon Locke. He posts another shutout half after picking up the first shutout of the season on Thursday against the Colorado School of Mines. Vikings 45 minutes away from picking up 2 wins against RMAC opponents and taking a lot of momentum into conference play in a couple weeks against the University of St. Martin's here at Harrington Field. As the Vikings start their GNAC campaign, try to reclaim a GNAC title and an NCAA berth that has eluded them since 2019. Vikings break the huddle and get ready to go. Looks like the same lineup that they had going into halftime. The additions from the starting lineup, such as Joar Tidblom. One change I am seeing here is Colin Anderson seems to have come off the field for Aiden Fernandez. Fernandez, the junior transfer from Whatcom Community College, who picked up his first assist as a Viking on Thursday in the third goal. Beautiful lofted long ball over the top. Found Andrew Roeder, cut it back in the box, finished with the left foot. Ran at his first point in the blue and white. And he will start the second half here. Vikings in the blue going right to left now. Regis in the yellow going left to right. Regis were really stymied in that first half. Had a tough time controlling the ball in the attacking third, getting real good opportunities. And immediately you see this Viking press paying off. Janssen almost got to that ball. And now Roeder cuts it into the box. Roeder and Janssen re-entering the match. Started the game. Came off midway through that first half for Diego Alvarado and Eric Bunnell. But now the Vikings' 2 leading scorers in Roeder and Janssen back on the field together. Roeder assisting Janssen on Thursday. And Janssen, of course, getting on the score sheet tonight. Roeder 2 goals on the season, Janssen with 4. In swinging corner kick taken here. It was off the head of Hutter, but he was under it, and it flew over the top crossbar. Second time that Hutter has been able to get on the end of a corner kick. Neither of them he's been able to direct on frame. Two teams that are able to control the aerial game usually. Sun has officially set here at Harrington Field under the lights. Fernandez sliding tackle to dispossess the Rangers near midfield. Caden Wall plays it back to Silvetti. Tough pass there from Silvetti, is picked off. Rangers looking to break. Pass is misplaced. Tough tackle and a shot flies over the top crossbar. Shot in the end came from Caldal. And that is another opportunity the Rangers just weren't able to make much of. They had a 3-on-2 after the turnover from Silvetti. But all they were able to get was a shot from outside the box that never troubled Locke. Caldal staying on the pitch to start the second half at that top striker position for the Rangers. Last year's RMAC Player of the Year in Ryan Carlson Detroit. Not on the field. Fernandez moving ahead around a swarm of yellow shirts. Ball comes off of him. It'll be a Rangers throw-in. Each team's with shots early on in this second half. Serrano all the way back down to Tidblom. Booted way long by Brandon Locke. That's going to go goalkeeper to goalkeeper, it looks like. Thrown out to Berriman. Back to the captain, Bergmeyer. Wall applying the press on Betancourt. Tovar is able to retain possession. Now cleared away. Serrano, far side to Fernandez. Wall looks for options ahead. Now with Tidblom. Near side, he's got Sundberg. Sundberg getting his first minutes of the match here to start the second half. Tried to play it through to Hakamada, who was muscled off the ball by Betancourt. Tovar. Excuse me, that was Berriman in the shoulder-to-shoulder clash with Hakamada. A lot of the Rangers' forward play has come down to Satner, one of the center backs, booting it long and just hoping that one of those big strikers up top can get possession of it. Has not worked out, though, thus far for the visitors. Whistle is blown here. Head referee Chris Turner near midfield. It'll be a free kick for the visitors. Good crowd on hand tonight. A couple of support. Rangers wanted a handball on that one. No call, though. Berriman forges ahead. Guardaro. Guaro won't get to that one, but it will be a throw-in for the Rangers. Guaro looks to put it in. Gets all the way through everyone. Chasing after it's Roeder. Foot race with Core. Core comes away with it. Cross sent in. Locke gets up. Brings it down. Brandon Locke continues what has been a perfect night in net. Just collected everything that has floated anywhere near him. Once again, won't show up on the stat sheet as a save, but it's as good as one. Ping pong being played here back and forth, but it falls to Roeder. Tries to get it through to Janssen. Janssen, bit of space, shoots it with his right. Saved by Satin. First save of the match for either side, and it was a good one. That is an opportunity that you got to say a good amount of times is going to be put away by Albin Janssen. But a good save, just a bit off to his right by Satin, the sophomore goalkeeper out of Italy. So Janssen denied what would have been his second goal of the night. You see how quickly it can spring ahead with a player like Janssen running in between the lines, getting a through ball from Roeder. It was just that slight misplay by the back line of the Rangers. It was all Janssen needed to get a shot on goal. Ball's played ahead. Janssen's far offside, won't even go for it. Janssen, the Swede out of Skellefteå, Sweden, coming to the States to play collegiately, wants to go professional after college. Bypassed the opportunity for academy play in Sweden, come here to the Pacific Northwest, and we are thankful for it, as he has been just a sensational player for the Vikings in his freshman year and already this year. Well, they're looking forward again here. They do get it to him. In the middle is Caden Wall, as well as Quao Serrano at the top. Miss-hit there in the end by Andrew Roeder. Just not the contact he was looking for. Space on the first-time opportunity right at the top of the box. Perhaps better if he had controlled that one, settled and taken the shot. He had plenty of room to do so. Long ball. Caldwell was the only player down there. Did not get to him. Cleared away by Locke. High spinner up in the air near midfield. Falls for Berriman. He'll let it run out. Notable attendees tonight alongside the 2022 NCAA National Champion Western Women. Some Viking royalty in Tegan Eldridge. Graduate last year, one of the most capped players in Viking history. This ball's played ahead, and the cross is sent in. Locke's not going to get to this one, but the shot is wide left. Looks like that one was blocked in the end. I believe it was Fernandez or Hutter that made the crucial block, as that was a header on a very dangerous spot from Caldwell. Vikings right place, right time to cut the danger out, lead to just a corner. Near post, headed away by the first player there. Out to Roeder. See if Roeder can spring a counterattack. Plays it long. Oh, that's a perfectly weighted ball to Janssen. Janssen takes it ahead, past his man. Still running, and now booted away from danger. Vikings have already equaled the shot total that they had on Thursday. We still have 34 minutes yet to play here. That one's over everyone. Off the post. Oh, my goodness. Over the goalkeeper sat, and he could only watch and pray, and that time it was just wide right off the outside of the post. That would have been an all-time strike from Mitchell Hutter. And now Hutter in defense wins a throw-in. Hutter, a player who's certainly known to score a few with his head, but that would have been something from around midfield. Ball finds Andrew Roeder. That pass seemed to split between the runners of Fernandez and Janssen. Didn't get to either of them. Regis averaging almost 20 shots against them per game this year. They've been involved in some shootouts. 4-2 win against Azusa Pacific, their first win of the season. Of course, that come-from-behind victory against Seattle Pacific. Janssen has space on the right to perhaps get a cross in. He slows play up here. Carries it himself into the box. Low ball into the box. Hakamada had a shot blocked in the end by Guerrero. Guerrero, the midfielder, tracking back and denying Hakamada what would have been his second goal of the season. It'll be a Viking corner. They have been oh so close to that second goal of the night on several occasions now, still just looking for that breakthrough. Sent in by Quao, header by Hutter, In the end, it found the foot of Janssen, who couldn't direct it on goal. That is the third time that a corner has found the head of Hutter. Rangers doing a tough time, having a tough time containing the Vikings off those set piece opportunities. They've been lucky enough that second bounce, second pass hasn't found a Viking to put it away off a set piece. Roeder chases after this one. Off his knee, out of bounds. Regis throw. Only one save of the match for the Regis goalkeeper, but there has been a number of what we would call team saves by Regis, blocks by defenders on shots that easily could have found the back of the net. That one ahead, looking for Guerrero. Can't get past. Strong defense from Joar Tidblom. Western throw in their own half. Will be taken by Tidblom. Chucks it ahead. Johnson's header falls to the feet of Betancourt Tovar. That one is sent away by Sundberg. Sundberg will draw a whistle as well. 50-50 ball. Bit of a collision in the end with Max Charles draws the whistle. Now Regis found themselves 1-0 down at halftime at Interbase Stadium in Seattle on Thursday. Came back to win it. But right now the Vikings have done a good job of sustaining that momentum they had in the first half. Continue to control this game. Long ball over the top is looking for Janssen. Flag is up though. Taken away by the Vikings near midfield. Roeder looking for options ahead. Gets it to Fernandez. Sends a ball in. Hutter at the top of the box. Lays it off. Juan Serrano making space for Sundberg to shoot and send it wide right. Vikings had numbers there, just couldn't find the best option. Shot in the end by Sundberg, misdirected. That one's sent towards goal. Not sure if that'll go down as a shot or an attempted cross from Diego Berriman. Either way, it was easy pickings for Locke. And that will, in fact, go down as the first save of the night for Locke. And it is as easy as they will come for him. Locke only had to post a couple of saves on Thursday. While Serrano goes down, draws the foul. Perhaps a little bit too far out to repeat the dramatics of his goal against the Colorado School of Mines, but who knows? He has shown some real prowess from dead ball situations. Everybody else on the Vikings backing up. This is all Quao. See how many players Regis want to put in the wall here. Looks like it'll be a two-player wall. Regis more wary of the ball into the middle. Serrano strikes it direct off the wall. He wanted to go back-to-back games with a free kick goal. Won't come on that one, though. Fernandez battling with Guerrero. Guerrero comes out with it. Regis looking for an opportunity to break. Good tackle near midfield, wins it back. Wow, gives it off to Wall. Roeder making the run in the middle. Delivery doesn't come, though. That's a tough tackle near midfield. And Regis is furious right now. They believe they should have had a call back on the other end of that play. Sundberg plays it back. Apple over the top is going to stay in bounds and find Sundberg beautifully. Sundberg, collision in the box. It'll be a corner kick. Sliding in was Kyle Bergmeyer, the Ranger captain. We're going to see a couple of subs here for the Vikings. Co-captain Theo Steinmetz re-enters the field, as well as midfield engine Kyota Hiate. Sundberg and Wall make way. Corner kick will be taken on the in-swinger by Quao Serrano. Sent in, low ball, near post. Janssen almost got to it. That one, no whistle. Hakamada trying to control it, has a shot, it's blocked. Bouncing up everywhere. And from my view, it looked like that came off the hand of Janssen, but the whistle did not go. Scuffle in the box did not give a shot to the Vikings. Steinmetz breaking ahead against Berriman. Berriman wins that battle. Flex back in their own territory as they can get. Wow, plays it in the middle. Lots of space for Fernandez. Nice little move. Now plays it back. Hutter, long distance strike with the left foot. That one not as close as his last effort. He sees one from midfield go off the post. Energized to try it again. Silvetti. Hiate works around a couple of players, and he's taken down from behind. Tough tackle. That is an instant yellow card. Hiate's down in a little bit of pain. Sliding tackle, I believe that was Max Charles. Reckless challenge. And it was not a difficult decision for Chris Turner to brandish the card there. Hopefully Hiate up to his feet. It was an injury 10 games into last season to Kyota Hiate that you could say killed a lot of the Vikings' momentum. It was their first loss this season. That was on the road against Simon Fraser. He was just such an important part of how that team ran. All four of the Vikings' losses last season coming in games where they weren't able to use Hiate for the full 90. We're going to see a couple of subs here for Regis coming back into the game. It's the big man up top, Carson Dutois. Last year's RMAC Player of the Year. Replaces the yellow card recipient, Max Charles. Jimenez also re-entering play. Carlson Dutois on the wing, looking for Core. Core has it against Steinmetz. Ball can't get in. Jimenez, top of the box. All the way to the far side now. It's called all. Taken down. Whistle outside the box. Foul will go against Fernandez. Fernandez not willing to help the player to his feet there, but Hakamada is. This is a very dangerous set-piece situation. One of the more underrated set-piece spots because you need to commit players to the wall. As the Vikings do commit 4, but it can easily just be lofted into the middle as if it were a corner. So it's as if you're playing a corner shorthanded. This one is going to be sent in and headed away by Hutter. Carson Dutois was kept in check pretty well during his time playing in the first half, but he's not a player that you can take your eye off of very long. Rangers head coach Taylor Diem says that Dutois is the kind of guy that if you give him 2 or 3 chances, you're confident he can put at least one away. And he's great on the counterattack, and with how this game's been going for the Rangers, counterattack might be the way to go to try to snag an equalizer. A couple more subs here for the Vikings. Ryan Roeder re-enters play, as well as Elliot Raines. Fernandez, Klaus Serrano make way for them. Roeder runs after that one, but Bergmeyer gets there first, sends it back to his goalkeeper. Satin, pressured by Roeder. And that one almost put back in a dangerous situation. It was Raines running all the way up to apply the pressure there. That is one of a few times that we've seen Regis have trouble cleanly getting out of their own back line. Yate, nice little move by Raines. Get around a slide tackle. Tidblom sending it ahead, looking for Steinmetz, gets there. Hakamada making the run forward. That pass will find him. Hakamada crosses it in. Popped up in the air. Jimenez takes it down. Trying to break the other way here with Core. Steinmetz racing back in defense. In the middle now, looking for Jimenez. He's got space in the box. And that is a shot that never troubled Brandon Locke. Jimenez took it on the half volley. Seemed to just get completely under that one. Sent it straight up in the air, really. Under 20 minutes remaining of the 90. Vikings still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Bergmeyer was forced by the press to just send that one out of bounds. Yate was the pursuing party. Regis has their striker power out there right now, and Carlson Dutois as well as Vladimir Kaldal. Jimenez also out there, another player with 2 goals this season for the Rangers, tied for their team lead. Jansson's dispossessed. A free kick taken quickly. Core. Kaldal. Back to Core. Sliding tackle by Hakamada is successful. Jansson in a foot race here. He might have beat the player to the ball there, but he did not beat the ball to the sideline. Goes out for a throw. Berriman, back to Bergmeyer. Bencourt Tovar. Burns switches the play. Shepard. Shepard, another player that the Vikings have done a great job of containing, the points leader this season so far, player with years of Division I experience, and a sixth-year player at that. Berriman. Pass is cut out by Tidblom. Tidblom goes to ground. Looks like it'll be a throw in here for the Vikings. Headed forward. Bergmeyer's the first one to it. Rangers have committed here to 3, even 4 players at the top as they search for their equalizer. That one's easily headed away by Tidblom, as well as Rains. Still controlled by the visitors, though. Physicality there in that duel. No whistle. Quick. Core does get this ball in, but it bounces harmlessly at the top of the box. Roeder's able to settle. Rangers really applying the press now when the Vikings are in their own defensive third. You got to say, aside from an errant pass from Silvetti earlier on, the Vikings have done very well with breaking out of that press. Over the head clearance there by Roeder. Roeder got a jersey pull there from Rand Carlson Dutois, which draws the referee's ire. Under 15 minutes remaining now. Carlson Dutois rolls that ball out, eager for Vikings to restart play here. Silvetti does. He switches the play over to Rains. Vikings just one below the 20 shot mark on the night. Only forced the one save out of Satin, but have also forced a few key blocks out of the Regis defense. Have just overall been pretty constantly applying pressure to that box. Steinmetz can't break out of a gauntlet of 3 yellow shirts. Jimenez switches the play over to Betancourt Tovar. Tovar running ahead with it. Now far side. Caldal taking it himself. Jimenez. Shepard's pass is redirected. Vikings continue to protect their own defensive third very well. Caldal trying to cut it inside, still with it now. Top of the box, Shepard, chance to shoot, shot is blocked. Bouncing around in the box and now cleared away. Timely block there. Shepard, 2 goals already this season and a third there would have tied things up. But in the end, Brandon Locke not even needing to be called into action on that opportunity. Thrown in by Steinmetz. Off the Regis defender. Steinmetz will throw it again. This time it finds Roeder. Roeder looking for space. Can't get past the last defender there. It's taken right back, though, by the Vikings. Yate with it. Finds Steinmetz into the middle. Headed straight up in the air. Controlled by Kaldal. Betancourt Tovar back to Kaldal. Tries to find Betancourt Tovar. He does. I'm a bit surprised with just under 12 minutes remaining. Regis still with 4 players in their back line, even in attack. You got to think that urgency has got to be turned up a few notches in the coming minutes. They still need an equalizer here to try to steal a point or perhaps even a win. They were able to do it against Seattle Pacific. But time's running thin for them right now. Betancourt Tovar controls it right on the midfield circle. Plays it out to Shepard. Cleared away by Hutter. Carlson Dutois is calling for it in the box. He wants his midfielders to give him the ball, let him try to win a header. With how this defense has been so far, that might be the best option of attack right now when you have an aerially dominant striker such as Carlson Dutois. Dutois, the transfer from East Tennessee State. Someone who's been working on his aerial game with a focus since he came into college after having success in the youth leagues in New Zealand, his home country. Vikings will earn a free kick in their own defensive half here. Got to be some frustration for Carlson Dutois as he's been largely kept out of this game by the Vikings defense. That ball looking for Steinmetz. It might find him. Can't keep it in bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Under 10 minutes remaining here. At around this time on Thursday, Vikings had a 3-0 cushion. And though you might say they've been more convincing all around in this game, it doesn't perfectly reflect on the scoreboard. Just a couple of chances that have gone a begging for the Vikings. Chances that could have provided a very helpful cushion. One miscue and one opportunity to convert. Bring this game level. Burns over to Berriman. Shepard takes it over the halfway line, looks for options, switches it. Betancourt Tovar. Tried to find Jimenez. Was cut out though. Block wastes no time in clearing that one away. That one's going to find Andrew Roeder. Roeder ahead, cuts it back again. Right foot blocked away. Brandon Locke almost had yet another assist here at Harrington Field. That was a similar position as we saw Andrew Roeder put a beautiful move on the defender on Thursday and slotted away with his left. This time not able to direct it on goal, but does draw the corner kick. Just 4 blue shirts in the box for the Vikings. They are still wary of any counterattacking opportunities. Runners go. Hutter, another opportunity. This one, he pops straight up. Tidblom wants the corner. It will be a goal kick. Regis just has not been able to contain Mitchell Hutter off those corner kicks. Hasn't paid off for the Vikings, though. Akamada makes way for Diego Alvarado. Excuse me, Hakamada coming back on the field now. That one is sent wide right. Half shot, half cross. Did not find the target in any case. It's a goal kick for the Vikings with just under 7 minutes remaining now. Vikings have doubled up the Rangers in shots. They'd certainly be disappointed not to come away from this one with a win. But they still got work to do with 6 minutes and change on the clock. Alvarado. Chiate back to Alvarado. Finds Steinmetz on the left side. Can't get around the defenders. Ball ahead, looking for Carlson Dutois, but in the end easily picked away by Silvetti. Steinmetz, the co-captain, urging on his team. Battle through the last 5.5 minutes here and earn the win. Chiate, interplay with Janssen. Alvarado gets involved as well. Alvarado, nice move to get around his man. And a little tug on the back of the jersey of Alvarado from Betancourt. Tovar draws a whistle. And this is a set piece that the Vikings can certainly put into the box. Hutter, who has been aerially dominant tonight, creeps ahead into the mix. Roeder feigns the short free kick and now sends it into the middle, finds Janssen, and it trickles in! Albin Janssen will be credited with that one, but Christian Satin will be very disappointed. Head in hands right now for the sophomore goalkeeper. That was a very light shot from Janssen, really more of a deflection. It was towards that corner, though, and Satin couldn't get there. And the Regis goalkeeper is absolutely distraught over letting that one in, but for Janssen, he earns his brace and his 5th goal of the young season. They all count the same, and that one might be the goal that puts this game away. 2-0 now with under 5 minutes remaining. It'll be Ryan Roeder credited on the assist from the free kick. Alvarado springing ahead now. 2 yellow shirts on him. Plays it back to Steinmetz. Vikings remain patient in their build-up play. Akamada earns a throw-in off of Jimenez. So the 20th shot of the night for the Vikings finds the back of the net. For Albin Janssen, he is now averaging over a goal for every 90 minutes pretty comfortably as well. What a player he has been for the first season and a bit. He's played in blue. Here's Janssen again near the top of the box. Space to shoot. This one's right at Satin. He has no trouble this time. Regis, a team that lost its 2 starters to graduation at the end of last season, a rotating goalkeeper room this year. Satin had made a big save on Janssen earlier in the match, but this is the life of a goalkeeper. We're going to see some late game substitutions here. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left. It's not looking too in question. Albin Janssen, certainly the man of the match for the Vikings. On a brace, comes off to a round of applause as Andrew Roeder re-enters play. Janssen came into this game 7 total points to rank 3rd in the GNAC, averaging around 1.4 points per game. That's a number much closer to 2 points per game now, though. Vikings set to pick up another win before heading into conference play. A very successful 2-game stretch to open up the home slate. As they take down a couple of RMAC opponents in the Colorado School of Mines, and Regis coming in now, seeing his first minutes of the night is Mitch Gordon, senior midfielder out of Omaha, Nebraska. Long throw here into the box. Bouncing around in there. Acrobatic try there from Billy Caldall. He gets a corner out of it. In swinging corner. High, lofted, away from the reach of Locke, and just creeps over the bar off the volley. It was, I believe, Jimenez who ended up getting to that one. It's going to be called for a goal kick. Regis, once again, is furious with that call, and looks like it's going to be overturned here. Assistant referee saw something the head referee did not, and it was sent to the corner instead. Another in-swinger. Towards Locke again. Once again, he can't control it. A block in there by, I believe it was Tidplum, and now another block off the line, and a third one is made by Locke, and now the save! Altogether, beautiful defensive effort for the Vikings, and now Locke springs Roeder going the other way. 30 seconds remaining. See if the Vikings have an exclamation mark left in the tank. Roeder goes down. It'll just be a throw-in, though. 20 seconds now. There was a couple of goal line blocks there, as well as a point-blank save by Locke to cap off a great night for the Vikings and secure a second consecutive shutout. What a performance tonight by the hosts. And that'll do it. Final score, Western Washington 2, Regis nothing. Vikings outshot the Rangers 21-13 in a game that they controlled whistle to whistle. A well-deserved win as they now go to 3-2-1 in non-conference play. Entering conference play in a couple weeks against St. Martin's. Regis, they fall now to 2-3-1, and they'll enter RMAC conference play next week as well. The goals, a couple from Janssen as his hot streak to start the season continues. We will see you back here next week as the WWU women have a couple of games. On Monday, they're going to take on Sonoma State, and then Simon Fraser on Thursday as they open up GNAC play. And the men returning here to Harrington Field Thursday the 28th to take on St. Martin's at home. Great night for Western Washington, 2-0 victory. I've been Adam Race on Viking TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good night, and as always, go Vikings.